All right, so welcome back. This is Gage Reality. If you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you can get notified whenever I drop a new video. Like, comment on the video along with your subscription. It really helps me produce more content. And if you have something that you would like to see in the future, please comment below. So let's get into it. This video is about the Taurus Model 85 revolver. So this is a 5-shot revolver, and it's in matte black, made by Taurus. So I just want to tell you a little bit about it and why I purchased the firearm, and a little bit about the firearm itself. So first and foremost, it is unloaded and it has been safety checked. So there's no live ammunition here on the table. So I bought this gun way back when I first started carrying, everyday carrying. So I had a semi-auto that I was carrying, but didn't really feel too comfortable with that gun. And I wanted to move to a revolver. So, a lot of people ask me, what's the best gun to start with? What's a good new gun? What's the best one to get if you're a female, if you're a male, if you've never shot before, if you're trying to get back into carrying? So it really depends on the individual, but for me, I wanted something that was not semi-automatic, that was easy to use, that did not have a lot of mechanisms, and I could have a quick draw with it, and I could stay versatile, whether if I was getting in and out of my vehicle, if I was walking from my car to the house, or from work, or on a motorcycle. I wanted something that was versatile, and a revolver is something that can give you that simplicity and versatility at the same time. So I was doing a little bit of research. I really like Smith & Wesson firearms. As of today, I have, quite a bit Smith & Wessons in my collection because, they're a solid brand. I really like what they do. But I settled on the Taurus, and, when I say settle, it's not a negative. I was looking at, Smith & Wesson J-frame airweight, and the price point just was not where I wanted to be versus the Taurus. I had seen some of the Taurus, which were, new over the 250 to 280 price point. And I actually purchased this one used. And used, I saw them in several gun shops from $199 to the $220, $230-ish price point. I actually paid, I can't really remember, but I think it was $150 or $180 for this gun back when I bought it. Just like I said, the price point used was in that $220, $230 mark. So it was a really good deal. And I knew that, buying it new, I would have paid over $250 or right at $250 for it. Got to the gun shop, looked at the gun, really liked it, told the, the clerk, at the gun shop what I was looking for. We settled on this because this is what I was really looking for. And, he worked out a deal for me. He was willing to bargain. Not a lot of gun stores, gun shops, or gun clerks who work in shops are willing to negotiate on price. I've been very fortunate to have gotten a lot of my firearms on deals, and so he worked a really good deal with me on this revolver. So I took the serial number, walked out the store, called Taurus. Taurus told me when it was produced. It was relatively less than 2 years, and just from where the gun, how it looked at that time when I bought it, it practically looked brand new. So I figured that the person who previously owned it never shot the gun. So when I bought it, it did not come with a box. It did not come with the key for the locking mechanism to the hammer. It basically came just like this. So, I wasn't really sweating it. Sometimes if you get a gun brand new, you really want to get the box, or even if you do buy it used, but or you're gonna get a box if you buy it brand new, but used, you definitely want to try to do that. But I really didn't plan on reselling this revolver. It was just kind of like, I'm gonna own it and that's it. So it's a little bit about it. It's a snub nose revolver. It's 38 special. It's the Model 85 from Taurus. And Taurus actually does not make this model anymore. I think the model that they're doing now is the 605. That's the newer version of this gun. And if you can see, it's kind of beat up. I've had it for a few years now, and been through a lot, but it's still a really good gun. I have over 500 rounds in it, with plus P ammunition, defensive round ammunition, target loads. It never failed, never had a malfunction. First and foremost, it's gonna be really hard to get a malfunction in a revolver, but for this gun, I've never had a malfunctioning. And just like I said, it had the key, like you can lock this hammer, and they do that for safety precautions. If you want to leave this gun in the house somewhere, you have kids or someone that's not supposed to get to the gun, you can lock this hammer, so if they pull the trigger, the hammer will not come back. So that's really good, and it allows Taurus to sell guns in different states that really want to see manufacturers have these safety mechanisms built into the gun. One of the other features is double action, single action. So that double action long pull trigger will also help, with, the safety mechanism, to make sure that if you pull that trigger, you have to have, good finger strength. Most children won't have enough strength to pull that back, or, some elderly people. So if you're not supposed to have this gun and you don't have enough strength to pull that back, it's not gonna go off. Or if it drops, the likelihood of it going off is very slim. So, when I bought it, it was very tight. It really felt brand new, and for the most part, it still feels very tight and brand new. So it just looks like it's had a pretty good beating. The matte black color, I don't really like this on guns because it wears. I think it wears faster than actually having bluing. So it has a fixed front sight. And then for the rear, they have this kind of kind of a little like a valley right here. So you can follow that valley to the front sight. I don't know if that really helps with target acquisition or not. But one thing I will say with this gun is that I do tend to shoot it about an inch lower than the target. Like if I'm at the range and I'm shooting at the bullseye, I'll pretty much almost every time I'm shooting about an inch below the bullseye. So I have to hold it a little high. And for a snub nose revolver, you're really not seeking a pistol or a revolver out like this for precision shooting, for long yardage, 100 yards, 300 yards. If you're shooting at something over 20 yards away, 30 yards away, you probably should run, because you're probably gonna have enough time to get away if you're shooting at something that far away. If you can't, then maybe wait to whatever you're shooting at gets a little closer. But it will hit targets up to 25 yards. I have shot this out to 25 yards. It has hit the target, not so much of like bullseye shooting, but it will hit up to 25 yards for me. So, but this is a close quarter combat gun. When someone's right up on you, you're able to pull it out, protect yourself, defend yourself or your family or whomever that you're trying to defend. So this is definitely something that you can, have on your waist, appendix carry it on your 6, or, right at the 3 o'clock. I purchased just a simple, when I first started carrying it, I had a little Uncle Mike's holster, nothing major. And then I kind of progressed to this kind of fake plastic Kydex holster I bought from Amazon. It was 25 bucks. It works very, very nice. It has a nice little cant to it. It has an audible click when you get it in there. It's not the best holster, and a gun like this, I actually do not carry this gun anymore. It's very rare that I would pick this gun up and walk out the house with it, in 2020. Years ago, I would carry this all the time, but I have more defensive carry weapons at this point that I carry every day. But if I'm about to run to the store or have to walk outside really quick, I may, grab it if I'm in that particular room where I keep this hidden at and, do what I have to do. But pretty much we keep this gun hidden in a room, in a compartment, to where if we don't have our primary weapon with us and we have to run into this particular room, this gun is hidden and we know where to get it from. So, it's always good to have, if you're gonna have multiple guns, kind of stage them throughout the house where no one can see them and keep them locked up, so kids don't get to them. But this is pretty much what this gun is for. It's kind of a backup weapon, Other than that, it's pretty much straightforward. It has a 2-inch barrel. It's a double action, single action. Speaking about that double action, single action, this feels like it's about a 15-pound trigger on the double action, right? And then for the single action, it feels like it's about, less than 1 pound, maybe 2 to 1 pound trigger on the single action. So it's very nice and crisp. Even the 15-pound on the double action is smooth. It's not gritty. It doesn't feel mechanical. Like it has a lot of gears and stuff it has to work through. It's very smooth. And then that single action is crisp. With the single action, I can hit the bullseyes every time. 10 to 15 yards. Pretty much, we have the release here. It's 5 shots. I don't know if I said that or not. It has these rubber grips. And one thing I will say about the rubber grips, it snags on any thick clothing. Like if I have on a thick cotton t-shirt or a jacket that's thick, it will snag on it. These rubber grips are very, very sticky, I guess you would say, when it comes to clothing. But it does feel nice in the hand. With a snub nose revolver, it tends to have a lot of pop in the 38 special. And for me, and I have huge hands, it fits just nice and right in my hand. I think the, kind of like the, I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for, but how like my finger is placed on the trigger, it doesn't really get to where I like it because I have long fingers. The length of pull, so kind of like the length of pull from here to here, I kind of wish this trigger was a little bit far forward, but it's a snub nose revolver, and it's price friendly, so you can't ask for a lot out of a gun like this. something about Taurus, you know, they do have really good price points on their firearms, whether it's their semi-automatic pistols or their revolvers. You know, they typically are a firearm manufacturer that try to put really good price points out there. They have great customer service. You know, just like I said, when I purchased this revolver, it did not come with a key. I purchased it used. When I called Taurus and spoke to them about this revolver, they even offered to send me a key for this gun. You know, I did not take them up on it because I didn't think it was a big deal. I have heard of people online saying that these locks do get loose and actuate themselves, you know, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're pulling out your gun to defend yourself and that lock is has your hammer locked down. So I didn't really take it as a big deal, but every time I've pulled the trigger on this gun, it worked. So take it for whatever that's worth. A little bit more, let's see, what else do we have? I think that's pretty much it. You know, they have some, you know, kind of like some little checkering here on the hammer. They have some checkering here on the release right there. So, you know, I think I like the gun. I mean, it's nothing like the Smith & Wesson or a Colt or even a Kimber, but you know, Taurus, I think they did a good job on this. You know, I'm not a really big fan of Taurus firearms. You know, they kind of started down in Brazil and, you know, making a lot of the Taurus 92s, which are kind of knockoffs of the Beretta 92s. They kind of borrowed a lot of ideas from Smith & Wesson with their revolvers, because Smith & Wesson makes really good revolvers. So, you know, they don't have a lot of original ideas that they have come up on their own. They do have some gimmicky type of guns out there, like their 410 revolvers, or I think are kind of gimmicky, but pretty much 357s, 38 specials. I think they do a good job with those, and I pretty much would not trust one of their semi-automatic handguns, but a revolver I would, you know. But if anybody want to buy me a Taurus semi-automatic handgun, please feel free, I will take it. But that's it. This is the Taurus Model 85 revolver, 5-shot, double action, single action. Has the rubber grips, fixed front sight, 2-inch barrel. I think that's pretty much it. You know, if this is a gun that you think that could work for you on everyday carry, go to your local range, see if they have one in their inventory for you to shoot it, see if you like it, and buy it. Other than that, I would not recommend this for ladies to put into their purse, so for the simple fact of the hammer. You know, if you are confident and you do carry often and you have practice, I think it would work if you did put this in your purse. But sometimes this hammer can get snagged on things, especially you don't want to have to pull out your gun or go for your gun in a situation where you're being attacked or have to protect yourself, and something in your purse has snagged onto this hammer. So, you know, but there are specialty purses out there that they make for revolvers. There are specialty holsters you can find that can't prevent those things. But other than that, that's it. Not gonna prolong this anymore. This is Gauge Reality. Just like I said before, if you like the video, please like it. If you dislike it, hit the thumbs down. It's no hurt, no hard feelings. Please leave a comment below, and if you have any suggestions, put it in the comment. I'll try to put that in the new videos in the future. Please like me on Instagram at Gauge_reality and on Facebook at Gauge Reality with 2 Y's. Have a good night.